Amy. You can keep going. Yeah, go one more. We get down here. Okay, this is a typical drawing that we produce. This is based on the information that we got from piping on where they wanted the platforms, where they needed platforming to reach controls or reach level gauges, to reach valves, to reach all kinds of things. This is what we developed. This drawing. This is just the elevation drawing based on their requirements. And as you can see, this particular vessel has a davit on top, and this is for lifting either tools or sometimes trays up to the top, so that for maintenance work in the future. This is some of the plan views, and we work our way through this vessel. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a step off going across to a structural platform. And then we have, as you can see, things have actually look a little different than that sketch you originally saw, because it did change. And as you can see, this thing has this huge platform out here that they hung out here that was almost impossible to design, but we did it anyway. And then we went ahead and provided the little step over here that needs to be provided over here at the structural platform. So we have a step over to the structural platform so that people don't fall through and trip and fall 100 feet down to the ground. So this again is a little more details. We're going on with the plan view, the last couple plan views. And there's some details of some of the openings and some of the support systems that we've had to provide for these platforms, because the loads were too high to carry just on a clip directly to the vessel. So, okay, going on here we go. We review vendor drawings for approval. Now, vendors have to submit their well procedures, materials, test procedures, design calculations, their painting procedures, their general arrangement and detail drawings, QA/QC procedures and manuals, and ASV code data book ultimately. And the code data book has pretty much everything in it. And all this goes through the document control group, which is a very important ally or partner to our department, because none of this paperwork would move back and forth without these guys here. So this is an important group to the function of the company. So, but all this stuff has to be reviewed by different. We route these through, like the weld procedures go to the materials welding group, and we had certain things like, depending on what the item is, if it happens to not be a vessel, it could be a tray, that it goes to the process group because they need to review the design. So there's a lot of things involved. It's really a matter of where this paperwork goes, how and control of it, and making sure it all gets checked so that we have a quality product at the end. Go ahead. Additional things that we do is we have daily interactions with the other departments and the other engineering disciplines, field test opportunities. And I think one of the things that we do a lot of is we do a lot of man-hour estimates, especially for the BP project, which I've been working on, and these are really to support marketing needs and the project needs. So you can go ahead. All right. I think we'll go over this one last thing before we take a break. I gave you guys a full size, because you can't read this thing. but really this is kind of a summary of what we just went over, and it really tells you that if you look at the center part, this is what we just went over. This is the vessel group work process. And then we depend on getting information. We do a client a vessel client checklist, which is really a design criteria, and we get client requirements. We do from the project, we get information from project. We get client information from structural. We need information. We need information from instruments and controls, materials applications, welding, piping design. We've talked about that. Piping materials, especially for interface of flanges and flange faces and gasketing. From process, we get a lot of information from process that's necessary in the design of the vessel. And from structural. And then from that, we go through those the design processes that we talked about, and then we go back out, and from there, we show how we're going to support the loads that we get from piping. So we get pipe supports and pipe guides. From structural, we give them the anchor bolt information, bolt circle, that sort of information. Piping design, we give them, we make sure that the nozzles are the right sizes and the elevations, and we confirm that those things are all working, because sometimes piping gives us an elevation and it interferes with something inside the vessel, so we have to move it. So we have to give them that information. So okay, we can go ahead. And I guess we'll leave it at that. I'm going to take a 15-minute break. So about 5 up, we'll start again.